human history, reflecting the cultural, social, and technological developments of each era. Throughout the centuries, clothing has evolved from simple and practical garments to elaborate and ornate creations, and eventually, to a more diverse and individualistic expression. This article aims to provide a comprehensive overview of clothing and fashion in the past and present, highlighting key trends, styles, and societal influences. Clothing and fashion in the past, ancient times. A. Mesopotamia and Egypt. In ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt, clothing was primarily made of animal skins, linen, and wool. The garments were often draped and simple, with styles varying based on social status and climate. B. Ancient Greece and Rome. Ancient Greeks wore chitons, which were loose-fitting garments made of wool or linen. Romans, on the other hand, donned togas, a symbol of Roman citizenship. Clothing in these civilizations conveyed social status and adherence to cultural norms. Middle Ages, feudal system. Clothing in the Middle Ages was heavily influenced by the feudal system and the rise of the church. The nobility wore extravagant and elaborate garments made of luxurious fabrics, while commoners had simpler attire made of wool or linen. Gothic fashion. The Gothic period saw the emergence of elaborate clothing styles with exaggerated silhouettes, pointed shoes, and elaborate headdresses. These styles were inspired by religious symbolism and reflected the societal hierarchy. Renaissance, extravagance and ornate designs. The Renaissance period marked a shift towards more extravagant and ornate clothing. Men wore doublets, breeches, and ruffs, while women's dresses featured high waistlines, corsets, and large sleeves. Fabrics were richly decorated with embroidery and lace. Influence of art and culture. Renaissance fashion was heavily influenced by art and culture, with clothing designs drawing inspiration from classical antiquity and Italian art. It was a time of opulence and luxury. 18th and 19th centuries, Rococo and neoclassical styles. The 18th century witnessed the rise of Rococo fashion, characterized by elaborate designs, pastel colors, and luxurious fabrics. Men wore powdered wigs and elaborate suits, while women donned wide pannier skirts and corsets. The 19th century saw a transition to neoclassical styles inspired by ancient Greece and Rome, featuring simpler, high-waisted dresses and tailored suits. Industrial Revolution. The advent of the Industrial Revolution brought significant changes in clothing production and fashion. Mass production made garments more accessible, and new fabrics like cotton and synthetic fibers were introduced. Clothing and fashion in the present. Early 20th century, the Roaring Twenties. The 1920s marked a significant shift in fashion with the emergence of the flapper style. Women wore loose-fitting dresses, shorter hemlines, and embraced a more liberating and androgynous look. This period was characterized by newfound freedom and a rejection of traditional societal norms. The Great Depression and World War II. The 1930s and 1940s saw a shift towards more practical and economical clothing due to the Great Depression and World War II. Fashion became more conservative, with a focus on functionality and durability. Mid-20th century, post-war fashion. The post-war period in the 1950s saw a return to more feminine and glamorous fashion. Christian Dior introduced the iconic new look, featuring nipped-in waists, full skirts, and emphasized femininity. This style represented a departure from the austerity of the war years and symbolized a desire for beauty and luxury. The swinging 60s. The 1960s witnessed a radical shift in fashion, influenced by youth culture, music, and social change. The mod fashion movement emerged, characterized by bold, geometric patterns, miniskirts, and vibrant colors. This era embraced a more youthful, rebellious, and experimental approach to fashion. Late 20th century, fashion subcultures. The late 20th century was marked by diverse fashion trends and the emergence of various subcultures. The 1970s embraced disco-inspired styles, featuring wide-legged pants, platform shoes, and flashy prints. The 1980s saw a fusion of fashion and music, with bold colors, shoulder pads, and the rise of streetwear. The 1990s witnessed a shift towards minimalistic and grunge-inspired fashion, characterized by oversized flannel shirts, ripped jeans, and a more casual and anti-establishment aesthetic. High fashion and streetwear. In the late 20th century, high fashion brands gained prominence, and the fashion industry became more globalized. Alongside traditional haute couture, streetwear emerged as a significant influence, blurring the boundaries between high fashion and everyday clothing. Brands like Supreme and Off-White gained popularity, showcasing a more casual and urban aesthetic. 21st century, individuality and self-expression. Fashion in the 21st century is characterized by a greater emphasis on individuality and self-expression. There is a wide range of styles, influenced by subcultures, social media, and globalization. Personal style and fashion tribes have become prevalent, allowing individuals to curate their unique looks. Sustainable and ethical fashion. With increasing awareness of environmental and social issues, there has been a growing movement towards sustainable and ethical fashion. Brands and consumers are prioritizing eco-friendly materials, fair trade practices, and transparent supply chains. Technological integration. The 21st century has witnessed the integration of technology into fashion. Wearable technology, such as fitness trackers and smartwatches, has become popular. Additionally, there has been experimentation with smart fabrics, incorporating features like temperature regulation and biometric sensing into garments. Thanks for watching. See you on another video.